Hey guys, welcome back to Maximum Automation. Today in this video, we're going to see that how to perform cross-browser testing through testng.xml file. In my last video, we have seen that how can we use testng.xml to control the execution of multiple test classes or tests. Now let's see that how can we use our testng.xml file to run the same test across the different browsers. So this is our XML file. Here we have two runner classes which executes different test folders. We can execute the same test on different browsers at same time. Or we can target like which test to execute on which browser. So to run the same test on different browsers, first we need to create the different tests in testng.xml file. So I'll create another test over here with the name book verification 1. And then we'll add the runner class under this test. Let's just remove the runner2 class for now. Now I have two tests with me which I can run on two different browsers. And to run the test on different browsers, we will use the parameter tag. Let's add the parameter tag under the test and then add the parameter name as browser type. After that, we can provide the value of the parameter using value attribute. Let's add Chrome over here. Now in the second test, we'll change the browser type value as Firefox. So we have these two for now. Out of these two, one is gonna run on Chrome browser and the other one will run on Firefox. Here to run these tests in parallel, we have to update the value of parallel attribute to test. Similarly, you can add other tests as well based on your requirement. So I'm adding another test which can run on another browser and updating the browser type as Edge. So here we can either use the same class to run on the third browser, or we can run the other classes as well on the specified browser. Like if I add this runner2 class, which executes test cases inside this folder. So in that case, I just need to update the class name over here. And if I gonna hit the execution, then this class is also will run in parallel to the above class. Means whatever number of tests I'll define over here, they all will run in parallel. For now, let's just run the same class on three different browsers. Now, as you can see that we have added the parameter in our testng.xml file. But now we need to consume these parameter value in our runner class. So for that, testng provide annotation as parameters. We can add the different parameters name in the double quotes as provided in the XML file. You can add multiple parameters as well, separated by comma. Now the next thing is to set this parameter value. If I go to this step-def class, then we can see that we are using property object to get the browser type. And then based on the browser type, we are creating the object of WebDriver. In one of my previous videos, we have seen that how we created this property object using the config setting.properties file. Now to run the test on the browser specified in the testng.xml file, we have to update the property object with the browser type value, which is coming from the testng.xml file. And for that, we can add the config properties.property.setProperty method in our runner class, and then pass the key and value for the browser type. Here we're gonna update the value from the testng parameters. So let's add the string browser in function parameter. At runtime, the value of browser type from testng parameter will be assigned to this function parameter. And this will update the property object with this browser value. So if I'll hit the execution now, then all the tests will run on the same browser. And the reason for that is, since all these tests will be running in parallel, so all the threads will be using the same property object, which we have created as static. And all the 3 tests will run on the browser, which will be updated by the latest thread, which might be Chrome, Firefox, or Edge. Because when all the threads will retrieve the browser type value using property object, then the same information will be provided to all the threads. And all tests will run on the same browser. So to resolve it, we have to update our property object as thread safe. And in Java, we can use thread local to achieve the thread safety. So I will create a generic thread local of type properties. When you create the generic thread local, then you don't need to typecast the value returned by get method. Also, we can only store the properties in the thread local instance. Here I will create another object of property called PR. And then we'll load the input stream using this object. After that, we'll store this properties object in our thread local instance using the set method. Now, if I go to the runner class, then before using the set property method of properties object, we first need to get the property object using the property.get. Because now this property object is a thread local instance. And the get method returns the property object which we have stored earlier using the set method. Similarly, let's replace the property with property.get at all places used in the stepdef class. Now, if I run my test using testng.xml, then it's gonna run perfectly. But if I run it using testng test or maven command, then we'll get the error over here that parameters not found. So what we can do is that we can make this parameter as optional using the optional annotation. And it won't throw an error if I run my test without testng.xml. We can pass the default value as well in the optional annotation. If we don't get the value from testng.xml, then this default value can be used. Currently, I'm not giving any default value, as we'll be getting the default value from our configuration file. So we have to put a condition over here to make sure that this piece of code don't execute when we don't provide the parameter. So I'm adding an if condition over here to check if the browser type value is not equal to param value not found. When there is no parameter received from the XML file, then we'll get this string param val not found. If not found, then below piece of code won't execute. And we'll get the browser type value from our configuration file. Now let's run the test using testng.xml. So here you can see that the execution has been started. And 3 feature files are running in parallel. And you can see in the console that all 3 browsers has been invoked. Here are the instances of all 3 browsers running in parallel. So this is how you can perform the cross-browser testing for your tests. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, then please like and subscribe the channel to get more videos on automation. Also, please don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.